Come on into the ditch. I'm your resident ditch witch, Tara Tyne, and we're about to get witchy, whether you like it or not. And speaking of liking it or not, if you've been watching my content, if you liked this video that you're about to watch, and would like to know a free way to support this channel, please scroll down to just below the video and click that little like button, because for some reason YouTube gets very excited when you do that. My views go up, my ad revenue goes up. I don't know how it works. It's a bit like witchcraft. And that is, of course, what we are here today to discuss. Well, partially. I do often get asked, what does it mean to be a witch? And honestly, I can't speak for all witches, and I'm not going to try to. I can't even really describe to you what it is that I do. But this week is a pretty good example of a cross-section of my experiences of being a witch. So I thought I'd share that with you. So this weekend, okay, I have to go and do a thing. A friend of mine who's quite cynical, when shit started getting weird in his house, guess who he called? Yeah, so he just moved into a new house, I think about a month ago, and there's been some weird stuff happening. You know, he was writing things off like, you know, really cold areas in the house. Maybe it's just because it's old, a little bit damp, hasn't been lived in a wee while. But when he started getting random knocks at his door and finding that there was nobody there, that's when it was time to step over his cynicism and reach for his phone and his good friend Tara, the witch. Sometimes those phone calls start like, I didn't really want to say anything because I don't want people thinking that I've lost the plot, but I think you'll understand. And a lot of the time, yes, I do. That is not an invitation to just randomly send me all your weird supernatural experiences in a DM, okay? I would need 240 hours in each day to go through all of the random messages that I get from people who just want to share their life experiences with me. And I get it, okay? Weird stuff happened, you were looking for explanations, you don't really understand it. If you are one of those people, you'd like to know more about it, drop it in the comments. If there's something specifically you'd like me to discuss, I'm open to making more actual witchy videos on this channel, because those of you who've been here for a long time have probably noticed a distinct lack of that kind of content. But you know, I didn't want to frighten the normies away. And if you are a normie who doesn't believe in the supernatural in the slightest, you can also just skip forward to this time here and get to the stuff that you came here for today, which is updates on how our cottage renovations are going. But I'm not done with the witchy stuff just yet. Yeah, so I have to go and see what I can do about this situation that my friend is experiencing. You know, and I have a healthy dose of cynicism too, okay? I don't just automatically go, oh, your house is definitely haunted. But I mean, from what he told me, it's probably haunted. These things, in my experience, are real in some form or another. And most importantly, they do make a nuisance of themselves in people's actual lives, and sometimes that is when I need to intervene. I'm not going to share with you how I do that, because I honestly don't want 100 people watching this video and going, I know how to get rid of ghosts now, and running out there to do it, okay? Because I have quite a background of being trained in this kind of work. I have a fair bit of experience doing it. And if you're in a situation where you are stuck and you really need somebody to come in and deal with it, and the priest isn't doing it for you, because sometimes they don't know what they're doing, okay? They don't know how to deal with this stuff. They believe in spirits, but they call them holy spirits. But when one of them that's a little bit less holy starts fucking shit up for people, I've heard stories where priests walk into the house and immediately turn and walk back out again because they know they're not up to the task. So if you are stuck in a situation like this, or you know somebody who is, okay, I'm not saying I don't want to hear from you, but if you want me to invest time in this situation, including listening to the problem and advising you, you're gonna have to pay me, okay? It's work, it takes time, it takes a hell of a lot of energy. I've done work that only took maybe an hour or two, but afterwards I felt like I had run a marathon. It really takes it out of me, and if I'm gonna be doing that kind of crap, A, there's probably gonna be transport involved, B, there is definitely gonna be time involved, and C, my energy is worth it, okay? So if you do need to contact me for anything like that, my email address for business inquiries, not what does my dream mean inquiries, okay? Business inquiries, email can be found in the About tab of my YouTube channel. But I will stress again, do not contact me unless you or your friend or your cousin or whoever it is prepared to actually fork out cash for it. Because I have been in situations where I have spent hours talking to people, and then when it comes down to it and I go, okay, it sounds like you might have a real problem here. It sounds like there's nobody in your area who is equipped to help you with this. Do you want me to come and do something, or would you like me to try and work on it remotely? And then they ghost me. But no, really, they just stop messaging me. They don't want to pay, they want my time, they want my expertise, but they don't want to give me anything in return for it. And it's just not fair, okay? I wouldn't do that to somebody who was providing their services for me, and I expect the same respect in return. Look it, anyway, enough of that. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna do my thing, and then I'm gonna come home again and I'm gonna work on my next witchy project, which you might also be interested in. Very exciting news, I have been invited to teach a class on herbalism and herb magic in the Irish tradition with the Irish Pagan School, which is a massive honour for me, okay? The Irish Pagan School, as far as I'm concerned, is the definitive place to go and learn about all things magical, mythical and historical that have to do with Ireland, Irish culture, Irish tradition. This is the place you want to go. Irish Pagan School is run by Laura O'Brien and John O'Sullivan, and they invite teachers in who are specialists in their field. In my case, as I say, it's going to be herbalism and herb magic in the Irish tradition. So that's covering herbs being mentioned in mythology, herbs throughout our recorded history, right back as far as early Irish Christianity, how they dealt with all of that, and how things have evolved in the centuries since then. So if you're interested in that, head on over to the Irish Pagan School, subscribe to their mailing list. I made a mistake on Facebook yesterday and said that people could book the class. They can't. It's not open for booking just yet. It's probably not going to be open until next month. It's happening on Sunday the 26th of February. I'm not sure of the time yet, and depending on where you are in the world, the time is going to be different. So stay tuned for more details, or as I say, join the Irish Pagan School mailing list and they will let you know straight to your email inbox any updates on my course when booking opens and when the class is coming out. Yeah, so you may have noticed I took a few weeks off there, and to be honest, I'm taking a few more weeks off. The only thing that I'm really pushing myself to work on at the minute is YouTube, because I don't want my channel to die. I've worked really hard to get it to where it is, and I intend for it to go for a long time yet. I have so much I want to cover on this channel, and there's no point in making all these videos, doing all the research, doing hundreds of hours of editing if nobody's gonna see them. So I have to keep releasing videos on a regular basis, and I haven't been up to an awful lot, but I thought I would just update you on some of the news and some of the things that have been happening around our cottage. If you are a new viewer and you're not too sure what it is that's going on here, my content for the last 6 months anyway has mainly been about our house move. Myself and my partner Dave left our home in Dundalk on the east coast of Ireland, mowing the town, and we moved clear across the country, well actually to the middle of the country, to lovely Leitrim, and we're loving our new life here, but we've had some serious challenges since we arrived here at the end of August. We planned to live in a mobile home. That didn't really go as planned, mainly because our mobile home was bought for a seriously discounted price. Okay, I'll link some videos up here if you'd like to get caught up on what it is that has been happening since our move. But I spent the first half of this year working on my residency in Anton Arts Centre in Dundalk. Then it was like, right, time to pack up everything you own, garden shed, cats, the works, and just move into a mobile home in the Boglands. And yeah, we were only there a couple of months and discovered that the damp situation in the mobile home was actually going to be a much bigger problem than we thought it was, especially without any solid kind of heating in the mobile home. So what we had to do was make a break for the house, which is where I currently am. It's a derelict cottage, and all things considered, it was in surprisingly good condition. So we decided, you know, to hell with it. We're not going to spend a load of money and a load of time and effort on a mobile home that we only spent $1,000 on in the first place. Why not take that money, time and effort and invest it into what will be our forever home? And that's what we did. We currently only have what... Max, are you okay? Don't let me interrupt. Knock yourself out, son. So yeah, we only managed to get one room done, and when I say done, I mean sort of temporary, like we have no permanent flooring. We just lay down some lino scraps here so that it wasn't just bare damp concrete, and to be honest, it's doing quite a good job. And rather than, you know, fixing all our walls and stripping it back to the stone, which we're inevitably gonna have to do, more news on that shortly, we took some advice and just polyfilled in the cracks, gave it a coat of emulsion to kind of glue the lot together, stuck in a wood burning stove, and now it's like flipping Malaga in here most days, and I couldn't be more thankful compared to where we thought we'd be after only September, October, November, December. Yeah, it's really only like 4 months. Wow. 17 weeks. Yeah, and compared to where we thought we'd be after 17 weeks, which was pretty much living in a damp mobile home twiddling our thumbs, we're actually doing incredibly well. And some more exciting news. I think we have some more workshops coming up later this year, maybe early kind of summertime is when we're aiming for. Please don't hold me to that because, as I say, everything is kind of up in the air at the minute. We're kind of only guessing, but we do know that in order to permanently deal with the damp situation in this cottage, we're gonna have to strip off all the plaster that's in the house and repoint the stonework inside and out. Thankfully, Dave has a buddy who is a bona fide expert in repointing and anything got to do with stonework and masonry. So if you too are working on a derelict cottage or are just looking to renovate, or you've got a bit of a damp problem and your house or cottage is made of stone and you'd like to learn how to do some repointing yourself to save some money, quite a lot of money probably, then stay tuned for more details because we are going to be holding workshops where you can actually come here and learn how to repoint with this masonry expert that we're going to be bringing in. And it's going to be a fun time. I actually can't wait to have a lot of people down here to meet some of the viewers of the channel, to meet other people who are going through a similar journey. It's going to be a good time. So hit subscribe to get notified on more details about that as we have them. I'm going to have to, you know, set up a Facebook page and all that kind of thing. One thing I do know is that a lot of repointing workshops happen midweek, which obviously doesn't suit a lot of people who have to work midweek, but we are aiming to do a week-long workshop, like 7 days, Monday to Monday essentially. So there will be weekend opportunities for people to come and learn how to do repointing. So yeah, hit subscribe, share it with your friends. I'll start a Facebook page or group or something like that to give you more details as they're being released. But that is something that we're aiming for right now. It's probably going to take a fair bit of work on our part in order to get the site ready and get the provisions together that we need to do that, but you know, we're thinking we might be able to provide meals for people, and that'll give us the opportunity to sit down and talk and learn about each other, get to know each other a little bit. So I really can't wait. Now it's just a matter of waiting out the spring, which is pretty friggin' manky right now. I'm not gonna lie, it's incredibly grey outside. But that's okay. Am I complaining about the opportunity to just sit in here and relax? No, I'm not. I'm not gonna lie, last year was a great year for my career, but accomplishing all those things just killed me. Like, stone dead. There was no time to stop. So I've given myself January to just, you know, allow my body to chill out a wee bit, to recover from all of that. And my mind as well, you know. And I've been doing a lot of crafting. That's something I really enjoy doing on downtime because I can't just sort of lie down and watch telly for a month. It's just not in my makeup. I need something to be doing with my hands while I'm taking time off. I made these coasters. Can you see? Yeah, I made those, but you can see they kind of curl up at the edges. Yeah, they're not great. But look, they do the trick and they sort of hug your cup when you sit them down into it, and I like the colours. And I like that they're handmade. I want to fill my whole house with stuff that I've made myself, but hopefully it won't all be curly at the edges. I've been on a bit of a roll with making crap stuff recently. This being the other example. I'm kind of mortified by this one. I decided to try and take this image and translate it from stained glass into carpet. Yeah. And then it didn't look great, so I decided to outline the mushrooms in black, and now it looks worse. It's horrible, actually. And I'm glad to say that my other half has been having a lot more success with DIY projects than I have. Will we go and check them out? Will I grab the camera and take you to have a look? Yeah, let's go. Oh, and that's my beautiful new unit as well that I bought just before Christmas. I absolutely love it. Somebody upcycled it and did a really great job. See that beautiful paper that they've put on the top and in the back of it, which you can't really see because I've already completely filled up with crap. I got that for 25 quid on Marketplace. Can you believe it? Okay, the truth now about what the rest of my cottage actually looks like. There's my beautiful room, very messy. It all looks so tidy when I'm on camera, but it's still a lot nicer than the other rooms. But yeah, we'll start with what I think is the most impressive thing that Dave has done, and that is repairing our existing windows. Can you believe that? Like, they were literally missing panes of glass. Frames were just hanging off, and he just salvaged all the bits that were still in good condition and friggin' repaired them. I can't believe this guy. Like, his skill set is just soaring, like he's leaving me in his dust. I'm gonna have to up my renovation game. And in 2 instances, we had sort of cracks in the window, which I have just sellotaped because that's just what's happening for now. So yeah, 2 of our windows are not perfect, but we have 4 windows now that we didn't have before. Shit, that just put the shit out of me. It's the cat flap, don't worry, it's not ghosts. So yeah, we have 4 windows now, essentially, 4 functional windows that we didn't have before. And we are a lot closer to being weatherproof. We're just still not quite there, but we're working on it. Oh, my boy is crying. He's starving because it's 2 hours before dinner time and he's neglected. We get num-nums for my sweet boy, huh? We get num-nums for Max. So the other really important job that Dave did that was kind of overdue, but he just hadn't got a spare minute to do it. And that was to waterproof our pump house. Now, we thought he had done an okay job on that front, and it had, see that corrugated plastic kind of roof, but then we had 10 days of ice, which made complete fools of us. And it turns out we were not even remotely prepared for that kind of extreme weather. It actually killed a part of our pump, which we have replaced, our water pump. We replaced that part and then found out that our washing machine was also screwed. So we're waiting for a new one to arrive. Yeah, we haven't had a way to wash and dry our clothes for about 3 weeks now, so that's been fun. As you can imagine, there is a mega pile of washing waiting patiently for our new washer dryer to arrive. We decided to upgrade. I know dryers are expensive, but right now we don't really have much choice. And something I personally love, in our compost toilet, we now have a light so that people, us namely, don't have to go to the toilet in the dark. Look how ambient. Look how functional. Look how pretty. Great job, Dave. You absolute legend. So thanks for tuning in for my updates, witchy and also not so witchy. Don't forget to hit subscribe for more What is it again? God, it's been a few weeks since I shot. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit subscribe for more fun and witchy adventures. I upload most Thursdays, and you're not going to want to miss it. Slán agus beannacht, goodbye, and good luck to you.